Nigerians see on the spot what progress was being made in the key sectors based on what we were doing. And so when we designed the National Good Governance Tour, it was an opportunity also to start a national conversation. When we go on this inspection, we say we'll also talk to the people of Nigeria. What are their opinions? What do they think about the progress that government is making? And when we finished the design, we now sold it to all the governors through the National Economic Council, and they all accepted that there was a need for the 3 tiers of government, regardless of our partisan platforms, to work together to show the progress of our democracy and the challenges that we face at different levels. So we went from there to the national, the governors accepted, and we moved to the Nigerian Governors Forum, where we discussed the details of the program and agreed to work together. So what I was doing was not a federal government program. It was a national program for all the 3 tiers of government, for all the political parties in government. We all accepted. And so the criticisms that are coming are purely partisan, and they have to do maybe as the program is moving on, you won't rule out the fact that some are beginning to get afraid. Because when you take journalists to projects, to particular states where everything is laid bare, it's not everybody that may have the confidence. But I believe the National Good Governance Tour has been so educating. And one thing it has brought out is that our media are not reporting democracy, they are not reporting progress, they are not reporting development programs. We are just discussing politicians. And that is why the politicians take all the headlines. No other thing takes the headlines in this nation today. And it is wrong. And I think when we went to some of the states, I can tell, I don't want to mention names here, some of the states that have never been mentioned on the pages of our newspapers, we discovered they were doing much better than those that are on the papers every day. And that is not correct. So what I've done as a Minister of Information is to make available to the media, to stakeholders in the polity, the progress being made in the country. And I can't think of any better way of involving the people in the development programs of government than we have done through the National Good Governance Tour. Yes, there are criticisms. Some have said maybe we should reduce the number of people going with us. Yes, we're looking into that. Some of the criticisms are also operational, and we're looking at those issues. But generally speaking, I think the tour has been a tremendous success.
Well, you know, governors, Lagos, Edo, they all spoke up one time or the other about this good governance tour, and they find fault with it. But you say that it was agreed at the level of the Governors Forum, of which they are members. So how come? Because some of them think, look, how is it even funded? Why should they be the ones to foot the bill? And it was ill-conceived. You don't need a good governance tour for people to know if you're really working. They have to feel it. And so much going on.
That was really the strange thing that we had. Let me tell you that the Deputy Governor of Lagos was on the committee that approved the final template of the program. And all of them agreed. So if we say we're doing a joint program, how come you don't want to take a responsibility? Is it fair to say they have agreed to do something together and you say you can't take responsibility? At any rate, we have never asked any state government to give us a kobo. We have never written, I had some outlandish statement that I was asking people to give the National Good Governance to 150 million. We have never asked any state government to give us a kobo for the conduct of the National Good Governance Tour.
Sorry,
but listen to me. But what the governors and all agreed was that they will provide some logistics, maybe falling of vehicles and other things when we are moving through their states. And if they want maybe to provide a meal or so for the team, I cannot stop them. But there has not been any tax on any state government to give us money to run it. So the reality of it is that we agreed to work on this together. And I think what was happening was purely partisan. What I heard the governor of Lagos say was that we want to make government look like if we are abusing. So it was not because of any money to run the tour, but it's that they are taking a partisan stand against the tour. So you can see that we agreed to do something and we do not have honor to follow through. And we are gentlemen. So I think, honestly speaking, those are maybe purely partisan attacks on the tour, but it is moving on to every state.